Now that draft booster boxes are going to be a thing of the past with the new play boosters being introduced next year, I wanted to take a look at the prices of all the draft booster boxes that are currently in standard. We're going to go over all the percentages and how much they've went up or down. Are they a good buy right now? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel. This is Mattcaster Mage. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and joining in all the fun. Also, leave a like on the way out. It really does help out the channel and gets these videos out in the algorithm. So we're going to be taking a look at the draft booster boxes. I thought it'd be an interesting time to go back right now and take a look at all of the standard sets and look at their draft booster boxes, considering the fact that they're going to be a thing of the past. They are going away in replace of basically play boosters, which are just glorified set boosters added with, 2 extra cards pretty much, if you actually really break it down. So are these going to be investable in the future? I know that's an ugly word for some people, but are these going to be collectible? People are going to like them? I personally have always loved draft boxes because they're a great way to just play Magic. You can rip them open with friends, have a draft at your house or at a store if you want. It's just a fun way to play Magic, one of the best ways in my opinion, besides obviously Modern or maybe even Commander for some people. Commander is a great game as well, but I just love drafting. I just wanted to see the prices right now of all the boxes in standard currently. Will they go up in price? Will they actually go back down? Who knows? Some of them have been on the rise, and you're going to see that soon. Starting off with one that has, and that is Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Now this draft box, it started off at about $67.80 a month ago, and who knows, maybe some of that news was trickling out before it was officially announced, because it really started to rise about a week and a half ago, and it went from $67.80 all the way to $73.33, meaning that this box has actually went up by 7.7% in the last month. Next up is another one that's actually went up in price. It's Innistrad Crimson Vow. Now this box, it actually started off at $64.53 on September 19th. It bottomed out at September 29th at $62.56, but it's currently at $69.60, meaning that this box has actually went up by 8.7%, even more than the Midnight Hunt boxes, which is kind of a surprise because Crimson Vow, in my opinion, is a weaker set, but we'll see what happens in the future with these two. Now, my favorite set currently in standard is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and the draft boxes have actually went down in the past month. Kind of a surprise if you look at the other boxes, but it could be the fact that the price is just a little too high, and that might be one of the reasons why the Innistrad sets are going up, because they bottomed out so low that people are looking at only an upside possibly, which I don't know. That is very dangerous thinking in my experience. So there's plenty of room for these boxes to go down, if I'm being quite honest. So the draft box of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, $97.67, and then it's went all the way down to $95.73, meaning that these boxes actually went down by 2%. Next up here is Streets of New Capenna, probably one of the weakest performing sets in standard right now, but it's had a very interesting price movement in the past month. It started off at $65.75, and it's actually peaked October 2nd at $66.40, then it bottomed out at $65.11, and then just has been on the rise ever since in the past week or two. So it's at $66.16 currently, meaning that this box has actually went up by 0.6%. Not really, the actual graph looks way more dramatic than the actual price movement. It didn't really go up much at all. But the boxes went up the most, surprisingly, is Dominaria United. Now these draft boxes a month ago started off at about $69.93, bottomed out at $68.37, and it's pretty much been on the rise. It did peak at $79.07, but it's currently sitting at $77.29, meaning that these boxes have actually went up by 10.05%. Next up here is the Brothers War, another great set. This one, $78.82, and then it's risen all the way up to $86.07, meaning this box has actually went up by 9.20%. But it was interesting. Basically, right at the end of September, it just went on a rip. It just really, someone did a large buy of these on TCG Player, and then it's been rising ever since. Next up here is Phyrexia All Will Be One. Now these boxes, they have actually went down, even though it looks like it went up. It just literally cratered. It went up, kind of flat line, and then went back all the way down. It started off at about $93.03, and now it's sitting at $92.70, meaning these boxes actually went down by 1%. Now there's only 2 boxes left. I left out the epilogue boxes for Aftermath because unfortunately they don't have a draft booster box that I can really look at price-wise, and epilogue boosters are nothing like draft boxes, so we're going to keep that out of this this discussion here, we're going to look at the draft boxes of March the Machine. Now, these start off at about $82.42, and then really a similar price move right at the end of September. It seems like a lot of those boxes, for some reason, at the end of September, there's just a big influx of buyers on TCG Player for these. Kind of odd. But now sitting at $84.86, meaning this box has actually went up by 2.97%. Now, the latest set, which is Wilds of Eldraine, has actually been going down, but it was only released just a little over a month ago. Now, $102.98 was the starting price, and now it's sitting at $98.97, meaning this box has actually went down by 3.90%. Now, it is interesting, we are in technically a Magic the Gathering sealed bear market, but a lot of these draft boxes have surprisingly shown some resilience in the market. Now, out of these 9 booster boxes, 6 of them have actually been going up in price, which is a bit of a shock. It could have something to do with the fact that they were just so low that people looked at the pricing and said, you know what, this has to be the bottom, so let's enter now. So they're entering the market now, buying a bunch of boxes. But it could also be a little bit of the news as well, right? If you look right here, in the past few days, the Eldraine boxes actually started to move up too. It could be the news of the fact that they're discontinuing all draft boxes, which can be very bullish for some collectors and Magic the Gathering investors, I guess. But to be honest, I don't know. I still would be very cautious about these. I do love draft boxes. They're probably the one thing that I do collect when it comes to sealed product. I am starting to get a little bit more into like commander decks, sealed decks as well, because they are very useful, and also you can just play them. You don't really need to like keep them sealed. You can always just open it up if there's a bunch of reprints and then just have fun. And that's what draft is about too, right? It's about having fun playing Magic, and that's why I think they are a good product. But it's just sad to see them being discontinued, but it's also interesting to take a look at the price on the market for all of these. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below and let me know your thoughts about draft boxes down below in the comment section. With that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.
Promo code Mattcaster for 5% off your order at Face-to-Face Games, Canada's largest Magic the Gathering store. Qualified orders get free shipping Canada-wide if you use our promo code Mattcaster at checkout. Whether you're buying singles or sealed product, use our code to support the show and get a discount.